All right, guys, we are back, and I got Coach Rich, IFB Pro, Coach Rich, back on the show again. Man, appreciate you coming on. Man, we have a lot to talk about on this episode, live episode here. Lots going on in the industry. We
Mhm.
got a lot of topics. I guess the most recent kind of thing that happened was Andrew Jack won the Texas Pro, right?
Yes.
And that was no surprise. Okay. And I kind of went out on a limb and I was saying, you know what? And I was talking to you privately about this. Um, did he get too heavy? And then I had Chris Lewis saying that he sent the photos to Aceto and those photos were off. Um, but he wasn't off. He was bigger, that's for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, so the weight on stage for prejudging was 292, and then the weight at finals was 288.
Mhm.
And condition wise, what do you think from what you saw?
Definitely, from my observation, looking at the stream, he definitely was improved from the 2 years. Much fuller. Um, Weight now. It's shocking to me how someone could put on 20 pounds and still bring that type of conditioning. We can now see can be done. The question is it actually pure muscle that he brought? I won't say pure muscle. He brought obviously some fullness. He did bring some definition. The question is like the glutes improved, but it's just is it matching now with the leg sweep? The legs got
Mhm.
bigger, but the symmetry and how we put it all together that was shocking to me.
Yeah, I think the size that he brought. Let me just bring up some video. Why not? While we have it of Andrew at the show. And thank God we got some 4K
Yes, big
footage.
difference.
Like Jesus, that would have sucked. We didn't have that. Let's see. What is that
And I give
one?
Texas promoters credit for what they did as the type of new style of weigh-ins. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that. And Sid did a great job too.
Yeah.
Kind of
Shout out
made
to
like a shout out to Sid from RX Muscle. Did a great job emceeing the show. And kind of made it like a boxing match. So that was cool. So here's Andrew.
Whew.
Just when he stands relaxed like that,
It's just yeah,
the delts.
chest popping. It's
The conditioning from the front is very good, right? Uh, Still, I obviously can be sharper. I don't think he was probably 80% here,
mm-hmm. Could be sharper. You
definitely.
can see it.
And obviously the size is there, 288, 292 ish here. So but it's just prejudging, so it's 292. So he's sharper for the night show. This is where I'm very hard on the guys, but I was like, what? You know what? It actually doesn't. It's not that bad now. Like the glutes are there; they got bigger.
Even his
And
calf muscles. Look at his calves.
yeah, I was like, calves, is those flex wheeler style calves? We're gonna start a controversy with, but no,
Mm,
I just left it. Uh, I think that's just his calves. They look a little inflamed a little bit, but I just
yes.
you don't really see a lot of striations in the calves. So,
No.
but that happens with black calves, right? Sometimes I don't know why they look like that. Uh, Not trying to start anything with his calves. Not saying this calf looks suspicious,
We're just we're just
but
telling like we see it like
it just
that's it
yeah,
stands
he's
out.
always had those type of calves. So I don't
Yeah.
think he's done anything there. But I did watch the interview or the show that Heavy Muscle Radio RX with Chris Aceto, and Chris Aceto says he wants Andrew to get even bigger for the
Five
Olympia,
pounds.
5 pounds. So let's look at that and what Chris said.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find it here. And because probably not everyone watches everything out there, and I don't necessarily.
Right,
I was just
right.
at the gym. I was doing cardio. I'm like, okay, I'll watch the live that Dave did yesterday. So happened to catch that. So let me share my screen here. All right, see that. There we go. Okay. So let's hear what Aceto has to say about the strategy going into the Olympia for Andrew Jack.
Because he was just nuts.
Well, what's exciting is that we have another add-on to the Olympia now, where
You hear that?
we're potentially talking about a guy who could win the Olympia. Which, I mean, when was the last time someone came out of nowhere and we said this guy could win the Olympia?
He may dominate it.
He might go in there. Well, you told me before the show, you said I'd like to see him be a little tighter. What do you think he needs to weigh on stage at the Olympia to be at his best?
I already got a strategy. He's not he's
Okay.
coming in bigger. Anyone who says
So you
that,
think he's gonna be even bigger? You think he's gonna be even bigger? Oh my God!
bro, I am telling you right now, he is growing week to week, and he's just he's like a freight train with no brakes, and he's growing, and even this condition with 5 more pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
This night show condition with 5 more pounds of muscle, and yes, he can add 5 real pounds of muscle in 9 weeks. He is that locked in.
He's that gifted too.
He's that genetically gifted. He's got the mental, capacity to do it.
Is he still in Dubai?
He has to go back. What day?
5 pounds. So Chris Aceto, let me change this back to this. Chris Aceto saying that in 9 weeks to Olympia, I can probably put on 5 pounds of muscle, or he couldn't put on 5 pounds of muscle going into Olympia. Now, to me, that's not a good strategy.
I agree.
Okay. I don't think Andrew needs any more size. I think he's done the job. He's put on enough size to now stack up against Samson Dauda. He's filled out his frame. He's going to dominate looks-wise Hadi, Choopan, and Derek Lunsford, even Nick Walker. We're going to talk about these guys later too.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris Aceto, this is where you get a little greedy, and you're like, wow, he's growing. I think he can put on 5 more pounds of muscle in 9 weeks. But is that going to be refined muscle? Is it going to be the condition that we want to see, that we haven't been seeing from Andrew on the Olympia stage? He looks good at the Arnold when he did the Arnold. Looked good at the Texas last year. Do you think it was more conditioned here? Do you think this was his best condition?
To date, by far his best condition.
Okay.
And the reason I say that, if you look at his previous show, 2000, his first pro debut was 2020, 19.
The first show he did was the Elite, IPB Pro Elite, which is 2021, and then he did the Olympia Amateur, got his pro card, 2022.
Okay,
crazy, right? So, and then he went and did, the Texas Pro, won it the first time, qualified for the Olympia. That's his track. That's all he's done.
So that's my point. So look what he's done in such little time. Mm-hmm. Adding so much size in that, it can make you or break you. So far, it's going well. If it's not broken, why fix it? Yes, Chris is a technician, but my philosophy is this: we've been doing this for many years, and if you can condition your body and bring down everything tight and balanced, you can give that illusion of looking bigger. So why add more 5 pounds? He's already big. If we just redefine what he already has and detail more and come a bit sharper in the back, it's a wrap. Ding ding.
Your Wi-Fi is a little choppy there.
Oh,
but
how's it now?
It's all right there. Just read some of the comments. So let's go over some of the comments while we're talking about this. So let's accept the fact that Andrew may not get his hams as good as other top 3 people. Agreed. On the Mr. Olympia stage, but it is right to mark him down if that is because of his genetics. He is capable of cracking the top 3. Yeah, now let's ask that question. That was the title. Can Andrew crack the top 3 at the Mr. Olympia? I'm going to say, I'll give mine first, and you can give yours.
Yep, of course.
Can Andrew Jack crack? It's tough. Can Andrew Jack crack the top 3 at this year's Mr. Olympia? You got Nick Walker, got Brandon Curry in there. Then you got Hadi and Derek. So he has to push, and then Samson Dauda. Can't forget.
Yeah.
So he's got to probably knock Samson Dauda or Nick Walker out of that kind of. They're all fighting for that third place position, in my opinion. Derek and Hadi, it's going to be a battle between those two again. So I'm just going to leave them there, but in no particular order. But can this version of Andrew Jack beat Samson Dauda? I think so. I prefer this look of Andrew Jack over Samson's physique. I think Samson's physique just seems like it's kind of maxed out, right? And he's not in his progress video. I'm not really seeing anything different, right? With Andrew, you're like, holy shit, his arms look bigger, like noticeably bigger. His legs look noticeably bigger. His back looks noticeably bigger. I don't see that on Samson Dauda. I just see the same old Samson coming in again, looking the same, big.
Right.
So that's why I think yes. And then you put this Andrew Jack next to Nick Walker. I'm sorry, Nick Walker. We're gonna get into Nick Walker. We're gonna take a look at some photos of Nick Walker. He's beating Nick Walker at this stage. From what I'm seeing, he's beating Nick Walker. Unless Nick Walker posts some crazy ass sick progress updates. Right. Nick Walker, if you're watching, you gotta, because right now those last updates you posted, they ain't looking that spectacular, right? So yes, long-winded answer. I think Andrew Jack can definitely crack the top 3 this year at the Mr. Olympia and push out Samson Dauda and Nick Walker and Brandon Curry, 100%. There you go. That's my answer.
It's tough. Now I'm looking at it as the variables, comparisons, because that's how I visualize. We have Hadi and Derek comparable, short, full, thick, wide. It goes down to who can bring the best poses. Samson and Andrew, similarities, tall, full, thick. So there's 2 and those 2. I like Nick Walker. Like I have him. From what I'm seeing, I thought he can be the top 3, but I think he's going to get edged out. I think 4 will be him, and so it's going to be a battle between Samson and Andrew. I give Samson the edge only because he flows better. His flow is better when he poses. If Andrew can work on his transition, and when he poses more that flow and presentation, it brings a lot to the table. Can he make the top 3? Definitely. Any one of those can win the Olympia. There's no easy mistake. This guy's a guaranteed winner.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi is chopping a little bit there.
Okay.
But it's okay. It's just a little choppy. Hope the viewers aren't.
Apologize for that.
We'll fix that for next one. Yeah, it's good now. It just gets pixelated. Hopefully we don't lose you there. So there's Nick Walker. So you're saying no, he's not in the top 3.
Andrew top 3? Yes, he'll be top 3.
So what does that mean for Samson then?
So like I said, it's either going to be Samson winning, or I have to be honest. Now I have my views. I like Derek. I don't think he's going to repeat. I don't think it'll be a repeat.
You heard it here first.
And the reason I say that is because look at the variables now. We've seen he can't get any better. Like in chest wise, he got a little better, but fuller wise, he can't give us that wow factor anymore. Samson and Andrew now, they have that chance to give us that wow factor. And that's what people want to see. It's like, okay, wow us. And those are 2 that can really do that. So we will have a new champion. That I'm saying now. My pick, how it's looking, it's Hadi or Samson, but Andrew's gonna give a fight for top 3.
Where do you have Derek?
I'm getting a lot of flack for this, but I have to speak my mind. 3rd, 4th. I've been 4th. People are laughing at me. How can I have been at 4th? He's a repeating champion. Hey, Rom was a repeated champion one time. He came back and finished 5th. Anything is possible. Anything can happen. Like the movie, Any Given Sunday.
Yeah. Well, let's just pull it back here a little bit. Nick Walker, where do you have Nick placing?
Now, fourth or fifth.
Okay, so you have him swapping fourth or fifth with Derek, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you see when you see Nick Walker? This is his. What was this? 10 weeks out. So this is now we're 9 weeks out, but this is 10 weeks out. So not a big difference in a week. What do you see here that's different or maybe off or something?
The first thing that shouts out to me is there atrophy in your shoulders? Like, what's going on in your shoulders? Something doesn't look right.
Yeah, that's what I noticed right away. The delts aren't the huge Nick Walker delts we're used to seeing, and he just looks like he's deflated across the entire upper chest area. The quads, they look tighter than his upper body for some reason. Has he improved his quads or no? Has he made improvements going into Olympia?
It's hard to really say because he doesn't really show too much. Looking at these photos compared to last year, I see a little bit of improvement. The adductors are a little fuller, but I got to see side poses to really see the difference.
Oh, look at this front lats. Like, the delts aren't popping out. Like, Andrew Jacks is like fucking it's crazy. Full. His front lats. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Nick Walker is great guy. I have nothing against Nick Walker. He's been on the show. I'm going to try and get him back on the show and discuss what's going on here because he posted this as if it was like, hey man, I look good. Like this is, and I'm like, I don't know if you should have posted these, man, because your cuts in your chest are gone. There's no striation when you're like usually he stays very lean and hard. Like he's vascular. He's flat. He looks this flat. Like something is. He was sick or something, man.
But here's my thing now: is he posting this to
troll
or troll? Like we don't know. Like
yeah, that's good point. I thought that is he trolling? Is this some from last year or some shit that he making up? That
we don't know. This? Yeah, only him and Matt know what's going on, and this stands out to me. I don't really think this is a footage he wants to really say this is my Olympia body. I think it's more like, okay, take this for now and let's see what you guys say.
Yeah, and let's be honest. 10 weeks is a lot of time, and Nick,
of course,
is lean here. Obviously, you can see the quad, the vascular, like he's lean. So let's see what Nick can do. Right now, his stock is low on the stock market of bodybuilding because of this photo that I'm seeing here. It just threw me off. So we're gonna see. Maybe Hunter can take out Nick Walker. Maybe Tony O'Burden can come in there, take out. Maybe Martin Fitzwater, who only lost to Nick Walker by 1 point at the New York Pro, right? Can take him out. So we are going to see what Nick Walker can bring to the stage here. And he hasn't really been posting much. He's doing some deadlifting, which I don't. Do you think Nick Walker needs to be doing deadlifting with the weight? When you do deadlifts, I think that does stretch out those obliques a little bit. You don't need to be putting that pressure.
I agree. I agree. And people don't understand. Yeah, when you're doing deadlift, it's all about breathing, right? So when you're breathing, you're expanding your rib cage. So it's going to broaden your waistline. I don't think he needs to. Like, you're not going to get a bigger back by doing it now. It's such heavy weight at this time. You want to keep your waist streamlined. That was his goal, to keep it streamlined. I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, we all know Nick's progress pics are not in good lighting. He looks way better on stage. Yeah, I guess.
A lot of people can say that, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people can say that. Joe, he's posts unflattering pics on purpose. Okay, MVP says no quad sweep. All right. Well, yeah, he needs to work on those things. And if he's going to be up against, let's go take a look. Let's take a look at Brandon Curry, because I have that in my topics. What is going on? Oh, man. OG.
I love Brandon.
Very humble.
Very humble. Always straight. Never goes into the politics and plays the game.
No. His training style is a little to be
different now.
Desired, less to be desired.
Also power, and I think we're cutting close.
Yeah. I think He looks a little downsized, but again, this is Brandon Curry. He is a former Mr. Olympia champion, Art Classic champion. He came in 4th place at the Olympia, so that's no, after getting hospitalized. Let's not forget that, guys. So you can't count Brandon Curry out from being in the top 5, but he could be pushed out of the top 6th, 7th. He could be 8th. Like, if he's not coming in full blown, and he left his coach Abdullah kind of last minute, and Abdullah wasn't happy with that, and Brandon wasn't really talking to him, and they weren't communicating properly, and so there's a whole bunch of all that shit was going on. So again, Brandon Curry's stock is low right now going into the Mr. Olympia. Andrew Jack's stock is super high going into the Olympia. Hadi Choopan's stock is super high going into the Olympia. And where do you see Brandon Curry placing this year, based on what you're seeing?
I know I'm going to take flack for this because I've spoken to Brandon, exchanged messages, and I love his wife. I love the family structure, but it's nothing personal. I think because of him coming in late to the scene due to whatever history of bodybuilding and the coaching situation, I don't see him being in top 5. 6th, just because of that factor. If he'd come earlier and sort that things out, and it's a mental game too, right? Not saying he's not mentally strong, but when you take that time off to start your prep and to get ready, it plays a toll on your body, right? So I think he missed the ball in that point. So I'd like to see him get top 5, but my mind just telling me I don't think it's going to happen because of the situation, but let's hope he proves me wrong.
Yeah, I agree. Am I going to have Brandon in my top 5 at the Olympia? At this point, again, if Brandon posts that shot standing in the doorway and he looks freaky and I'm like, holy shit, okay, he brought it. His legs are up. He's been posting a lot of leg training videos. So I think he's like, I gotta focus on my legs here. I gotta try and bring him. Upper body is never really an issue for him. His conditioning sometimes is an issue, but again, he got 4th at the Olympia. So that's not bad. Okay. That's pretty damn good. But he looks a little downsized to me in the upper body. So right now I don't have Brandon in my top 5. I have him like you, a 6th through 8th place, which is sad because he's an OG, he's a legend,
Exactly,
he's a former Mr. Olympia.
And I think that's why this training is changed now. They're doing more explosive power. My reasoning and my experience, the reason why you do this now is because you want to get the most blood to the muscle. So it's the fast switch is just let's get the blood there and get that full look. With that being said, you know you're going to lose when it comes to the separations. That's a downside when you're trying to deplete, right? So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, good points. You were a coach, so you know these things as well and why guys are training the way they're training. So let me just see some comments here. I missed here. Let me go back. Pumping Iron says, Matt and Richard, I don't say that shorter guys should not be allowed to compete in open, but they should stay in the 212 category, which was created for them because taller guys need to grow more. You know what? No one's really talked about that. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, that's a valid
valid point.
But there's no rules that they have to stay in the 212. So that's on the IFBB in that respect, not the athlete.
What's
your thought?
He raised a good point. My motto is this: if you're 212 and you can bring that fullness like an open bodybuilder, by all means, test the waters. Sean Clary to prove this wrong. People said, well, you can't do open. You're only 185 pounds. He won an open show. So at the end of the day, it's your muscle belt is how it fits on your frame. Everybody's frame is different. So if you can bring that fullness and muscles to that frame and look like you're 225, 230 with your posing, by all means, jump into the deep waters. It's not about short or tall. Like, it's just bodybuilding's about presentation and appearance, right?
Yeah. Yeah. To me, honest, I think the 212 division is fizzling out. I hate to say that because I love Sean Creed is my man. He's with Mutant, and and Keon is great, but I think Keon could do damage in the open.
She
He's
will
not.
open.
Yeah, he's like a Derek Lunsford.
Yeah,
He's like a black Derek Lunsford.
his body wants
Tiny,
to.
same thing. So I think these guys are going to leave the 212s, and then who's left?
We have some upcoming guys. The guy who just won Texas, Francisco, coached by
Yeah.
Patrick. Young, I believe he's 19 or 20. Patrick's other client from 212,
Yeah.
Young, who won came second in Dubai. If young guys like that are coming up for 212, it's gonna we're gonna have to see, right? Next 2 years.
This was the guy. This guy right here.
Yeah, he won the Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks good.
He's 5'6".
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's guys. I guess. I mean, I again, let's talk about the prize money for 212 while we're on this topic. What's the prize money for the 212 Mr. Olympia?
Oh gosh,
40?
I think yeah, 40 because classic was 50 and it's under 40. Yeah,
So and then
which is
yeah, it's like so that's what I'm thinking is 212 fizzling out in respect that I think men's physique is the same as that for first place, 30 or 40,
Yeah.
50 years.
because classic was 50.
Yeah.
So, but they're increasing it now in what another 100,000
For
cash
classic.
total. No, I mean for the overall total for the prize money.
Oh, for Olympia, I don't know. They haven't released what their prize money is this.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe they're going to match the Arnold at $500,000 for first. I don't know. Probably not this year. But
They got to increase it.
But yeah, they got to increase it. I don't know. The 212 is good, but there's like not as it's exciting for the top two, Clarita and Keon. It's a battle between them, and then third and fourth, maybe there's a little bit of battle there. But it's not like the Open. It's not like the
No.
Open.
And the only way you get that back is there has to be some. We all know controversy sells, so there has to be some battle in the 212 rivalries, mixing up things just to get it sparked up. Because if not, it's gonna fizzle out.
Yeah, I think there needs to be. Well, they did the Olympia TV that had Sean Clarita and Keon training, which is good. It didn't get as many views as the Open. It wasn't nearly as successful as the Open. It just tells you.
Yeah, in my opinion, watching that it was good, but guys, like to me, all I got out of that was a lot of grunting and yelling, and it was just like, and no shade, we know you're strong, but it was just too much grunting and from me, it didn't move me at all
to watch. Yeah. So Keon is coming to the Open next, going to do damage. Yeah, I agree. Guys, Mac Truck is prepping for a show. We're not going to let you know what show that is yet. And he also, runs a bike shop, like Harleys and
busy man, guys.
Bikes. And it's busy season. Everyone's getting their bikes done up before the fall, before it gets cold, right? And so he's really busy, and we're trying to get our schedules to align so we can do the Matt and Mac show again. Matt, he's not going away. He's still here. He's prepping, and he's super busy. He has a real life job, guys. He doesn't just train at the gym and that's all. No, he has a job. So he will be back. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, guys, I'm not replacing Matt. Don't worry, Max.
This isn't the Matt. This isn't the Matt and Mac show. This is just a live show that we're doing.
This is a live show. That's it.
Yeah.
Friends and friends. That's all it is.
Exactly. All right. So let me see some more questions here. Oh shit, we forgot about. Yeah, Bonac is better than Curry. You know what? Maybe. I don't know. There's Nathan Asha. If he makes it, there's Behrouz. We're going to talk about that in a second. Lots of topics today.
Nathan is not going to do the Olympia. From a source, I'm hearing.
Okay. See, so I have you on the show. You got the sources, right?
His focus is going to be family and doing something big. I'm not going to say too much, but from a source, Nathan is not going to be doing the Olympia as of now.
Okay. So, guys, you heard it here. Now, we can't obviously name the sources that Richard has, but, that would be a big deal if he doesn't do the Olympia.
Yeah.
He hasn't said anything yet about it. He hasn't
Nope.
alluded to it. But if he just ends up not coming, then we'll know you saw it here first from Richard that he's not doing the Olympia. But we'll see. We'll see. It'd be nice to see him do it one more time.
Oh, 100%. He can do
Yeah.
some damage. Like, I love Nathan. I love to see him there, but Nathan has plans. He's people think he's just a class clown and controversy, but Nathan's smart. Nathan has a plan what he's doing, and he's on good things coming up.
Yeah. So what the other topics here? So where am I at? Let me change this to let's take a look at the Hadi Choopan updates.
Whew, whew.
Yeah.
The wolf, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Hadi.
doing a lot of barking, I like to say now.
This is good. Fuck.
Yeah, we needed
Spice,
it.
spice it
needed
up,
it.
man.
Yeah.
So there we go, Hadi. Just 9 weeks out here. 10 weeks out, he says, sorry.
Look at that.
Just look at the quads, though. That's stage quads.
Sweep. Look at the feathering.
You know, his quads aren't, well, people say his quads aren't as big as Derek's, but Derek's quads, then they get flattened
They
out.
fade out.
They don't
Yeah,
look
once
like they
more
do
goes-
in the off season. So right now I have Hadi Choopan winning the Mr. Olympia, but I'm gonna wait to make my official predictions. Probably a week or so out
Yeah.
from the show.
More handle. Yeah. More hands on.
But look at the most muscular. Look at the that's
Look at the chest.
That's one of the most musculars ever in bodybuilding with
I
that
agree.
dense of a chest. So I just wanted to take a look at that, and we'll take a look at where. So you don't have Hadi, you have Samson winning the Olympia. It's pretty much what you're saying.
I have Samson. Call it a vision. Everything happens for timing. It's gonna be. There will be an upset. That I will say. There will be an upset. We will not have a repeat champion. In my opinion, it's gonna be either Samson or Hadi.
Okay.
That's what I just have that. That's gonna be the battle.
What's making you? What are you seeing? Because you have to have some. What are you
Inside.
seeing from Samson? What are you seeing from Samson? Samson has me blocked, so I can't really look at his shit. I have to go to another page and do a
Here's what I
thing.
see. From if you
Let me see if I can-
from what I see from Samson now is his mindset. It seems like he's in a
Okay,
happier place.
I'm gonna cut you off.
Yep.
Is his mindset altogether? I thought he was going to Kuwait.
He's not going to Kuwait. He's going to stay and prep where he's at.
Oh. So
And
is
I
his
think it's-
mind is that so that's what I'm saying. He is all over the place.
Well, here's my rationale to that is because watching his feeds and what he's talking about, Samson wasn't really so much vocal before. Like his live feeds, his updates, you can just see his a pep in his step is different. Like he just feels better, and I think now that he's paired up with Merrick Health, and I think that's made a big factor in regards to his internal insides and how he feels. I think that was his biggest factor. Was on his mind was, am I good, healthy inside? And ever since he paired up with Merrick Health, I don't know what they're doing. I don't talk to him that aspect, but it's just watching how his demeanor is and his feeds and how he reacts when he's trains and talks on his videos. He's something where he's like, a new Samson is here. I just have a feeling he's going to bring something that's just okay. This is what you wanted to see. That's my point of view from what I see.
Okay. I just want to know like what's making you say that's a big
Yeah.
call. I don't know how many people are gonna have Samson as winning the
Not a lot, I don't think.
Yeah, you're one of the rare, but you've been good on your calls for I think Dubai Pro. I don't know which. I think you called that correct. There's another show I think you did.
Another show I called out. It's like I said, I just have that feeling. I know there will be an upset. That I'm going on the Muscle Discord and say, if Derek wins, I'll put on makeup and lipstick.
Okay,
on the show.
and a wig and a woman's wig, and
Done deal.
that's okay. You heard it here, guys. Richard, if Derek Lunsford wins the Olympia, he's gonna put on like red lipstick and a wig and like a, I don't know what else can you wear.
I'll come on
and
the
a
muscle
necklace or some ear.
Hey, I'm open, guys. What do you guys want to see? Let's keep it
Yes.
realistic.
What should Richard wear on the post Olympia wrap up show if Derek Lunsford wins the Olympia? I say a wig, lipstick, and like a necklace, a pearl necklace or something. And
No, find a pearl necklace, but
all right.
okay. we'll work on something.
But yeah, let's take a look. Okay, so we're looking at Hadi. Let's take a look at Derek, because he's posting updates too, which is awesome. These guys aren't shy. They're posting these updates. Now, someone said that Nick Walker is going to shut it down 8 weeks out and not post anymore about updates, which I think is a bad idea. But anyways, so we had, let's kind of go down through some of these. No, let's just go through this one first. If this, obviously, I think this is what this is. This is
Well,
1 week ago. So this is 10 weeks out. This is damn good for 10 weeks out. Like, does this concern you? Him standing like this next to Samson?
Like I said, it concerned me. It looks great when you're by yourself, but when you're put beside someone who can bring some heat, then we can really see the noise, right? Like, everybody looks great by themselves. We all know that. Yeah. I can be, wow, this is great, but let's put it beside someone who can bring some heat as well. Let's see how much smoke comes out.
The ageless beast. He's like, he needs to pick a bet that doesn't sound like something he wants to do.
I don't want to wear no wig and makeup. I'm going from the heart.
That's good. That was good. But no, he's just joking. He says, we want to see Richard take his shirt off and win the Masters Olympia. Well, you know, are you going to do the Masters Olympia? You can jump in. I don't know what the
if it comes out from I know they didn't have it this year.
I think it's next year.
Next year. So if they do, I will go for it, of course.
Awesome.
So
that'd be good, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
You know.
How old are you again? I never asked.
I just turned 51.
Damn, you don't look 51. So don't worry about it, brother. You got it. Get the black genetics. Get the black don't crack.
Gonna bring some heat.
Okay. Exactly. Are you doing any other shows other than? Are you just kind of staying in shape?
Staying in shape right now. I was gonna do Romania, but how my weight's going right now, want to put a little bit more muscle on and size. Currently, I'm at 213. So
your height,
and I'm 5'7".
Oh, okay. So would you do, what class would you do? Would you do?
I'm classic, but like I said, we want to see how the body responds in December, how I look in December, and then we can, Coach and I will make a decision what route. But like I said, I feel good. I'm healthy. Body's come along, and people can't believe I'm 51, but I take care of my health, right? So we'll see.
Yeah. Let's see some more of these comments, because you guys are in the chat, man. We appreciate you. Please remember to hit the like button. I know everyone in here is subscribed. Well, I got it switched now that in order to leave a comment in the chat, you have to be a subscriber. So I don't have to say that now, because
perfect,
right? It's a little option that you can use on YouTube. I didn't realize you can do that. So now I'm doing that. And all you guys, thank you so much. You are all subscribers, but please hit that like button. That's important as well. There's almost 100 of you in here live with us right now. So we should have almost 100 likes. So hit that like button. Appreciate it.
I got a great question, Matt, for you.
Yeah.
Now think about this. We have Derek and we have Hadi, right?
Yes.
Come Olympia time, how does Hadi decide how much time to spend with who?
Well, he's done this before. This isn't his first rodeo.
We know that.
Right.
But if you know, and I take the reason why I bring that up, for example, look at the Dubai show. And we had a lot of feed from Nathan and with Boss Outlaw, but you didn't have so much with Boss and Bonac. I'm not saying there's a rift, but I'm just saying, like, from my observation, is just like, do you Maybe Born is not the type to put out content. I don't know, but in a situation like that, they both have athletes. You both want them to win, of course, but it's like, how do you divide your time? That's the question I like to know from Hadi, how he does it. So that's two top guys.
Okay. Let me just put this up here. I think he's got it under control. He's done this multiple years. So I think he probably has to spend a little bit more time with Hadi. The language barrier and just kind of, he's not from here, so he has to just kind of baby him a little bit more than say Derek. But yeah, that would be my take on who's he spending more time with. I think he balances it pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. Irving says, why didn't you talk about Nick being dropped by HD? Just how you talk. Did he? Was he? What?
Nick was. What do you mean?
Nick Walker he's still with HD.
Yeah, from my understanding.
Before we go there, guys, comment if you have also heard that Nick Walker has been dropped by HD Muscle.
Well, let's just check his page and see what's going on.
Yeah,
that's news.
Who?
That's interesting.
Because I'd be talking about that. That would have been a whole video itself.
Oh, of course.
Irvin says, why didn't you talk about Nick being dropped by HD? I didn't see that yet.
Well, on his page, I don't see HD.
Oh. Irving, where are you getting your sources from?
Yeah, Irving, step up to the plate.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
We're breaking this on live, Muscle Discord, that Nick Walker has been dropped by HD Muscle. Now, we're not confirming that.
I just looked at his page and I don't see HD there.
That if you're sponsored by a supplement company that's paying you $10,000 plus a month, that you would put their promo code in your bio.
Wow.
That's weird. Was it there before? I'm sure
it was there before. Yeah.
Interesting.
And going down his page, I see nothing with no HD training stuff.
He's saying it again, no longer with HD.
I'm looking at his page now, and usually you have training with just wearing a shirt and stuff.
Well,
nothing.
Antoine.
Give
us your take on what happened there, Antoine.
Well, we all know that HD is owned by more than one person.
Yes.
So we know you have financial backers and you have people who are making the shots, and the people who are making the shots, obviously, we know it wasn't Dorian who made that shot to let Antoine go. And there's beef between, I guess, Dorian's brother and Antoine. What that beef is only they know, and Antoine will say it or whatever. But to get your charity event canceled just like that and drop explanation, that's more like a stick it to you, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just checking. Yeah, so obviously people know Antoine was dropped by HD Muscle out of the blue. And then his charity event was canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And it says check the stories of Nick Walker. Okay, guys, thank you. On the fly here, live.
I'm checking.
Okay, he's got some uprising thing here. Is that?
Yeah.
That's
yep.
Uprising.
That's it. Yep. Interesting.
Showed up and showed out. He definitely put on some crazy size. I do think he needs to be a little more conditioned for the Olympia, but he comes in looking like that. He's definitely going to shake some shit up. That's for sure. I feel great. I feel very confident. My body is responding extremely well. I just overall better mindset. And I think, being in Florida, being closer to Matt, being more hands-on this prep for the Olympia, everything feels right now. I mean, deadlifts will definitely create back thickness. I actually prefer to do a deadlift on leg days. But I don't think it really matters. Whatever you can recover from, whatever My
He
top
says it.
5 ranking in no order. It'll
Watch.
be we got me, Hadi, Derek, Samson, and Andrew. That's
Yeah,
what I will believe will be the top
potentially
5.
see that.
And I guess
3 more slides.
you're gonna have to wait to find out. New house is in Florida. Not sure what different reason. Favorite? Absolutely,
Hey,
100%. No, I am currently no longer with HD.
Wow.
I am 5'7" and a half. I'm definitely.
Okay. So, doesn't say who.
I
Oh, okay.
I have.
But there's uprising in the first thing.
I did.
Damn, there's a lot of stories here.
I think protein shake.
I think
Yeah,
he's
I'll definitely be in the top 3.
All right. Let's finish
No.
this. Right. Okay.
Let's talk
Wow.
about this.
Breaking news here, guys.
Breaking
Thanks
news.
for Irving for breaking this for us. That Nick Walker is out of HT Muscle. So 2 big athletes dropped back to back. Wow. And thank you, Irving, for holding me accountable. I will talk about this. I will be making a video about this because it's a big deal. And Dorian, nothing but good things. I used to compete against or with Dorian at the Muscle Mania shows in Toronto way back in 2006. That's how far back I go with Dorian Hamilton.
Great guy.
When we were
Great
both natural athletes back then. Yeah, so I'm it's no fool-odd comparison here. That guy is just a hard-working guy from what I know. Maybe you know more because you're over there.
Yep.
I'm not in Ontario. So tell me what you think is happening there.
Well, let's first things first, Dorian. Words can't express how I think or feel towards him. He's an amazing person. I can only go from what my interaction with him. First meeting him in 2013 when I got backstage and I was kind of nervous and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're HD. Back then, just call me Dorian, humble. And from that day on, going forward, every time I see him, he always takes a moment to say, hi, how are you? Like he hasn't changed. He's always been a business mindset, nothing personal. Now, when it comes to business, obviously you have to have business mindset, which he does. But, you have a lot of people coming at you and he's a giving person. Like, if he sees potential in you and believes in you, he'll give you his shirt off his back. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know what? Business is business and you have other people that you have to answer to as well and who make decisions for the company. And maybe it was just time where they weren't seeing the benefit of what they put into it. Who knows? But I know he's not a spiteful person and there's more than one owner in Pure Muscle. We know that. And they're obviously doing well because they're opening up another gym, which is going to be bigger than Pure. So financially, they got to be doing well. Maybe it's just a time and decision for another new direction.
Yeah, that's all it could be. I mean, and Nick Walker, I think, could probably get a bigger contract with a different supplement company. No problem. No problem. So I think maybe maybe his contract just came up. He's like, okay, guys.
Yeah. Like I said, we don't know.
Yeah.
This industry is all about what are you doing for me now and who are they really the heavy hitters in the industry right now? You have HD, Mutant, I guess Hostile.
Hostile, yeah, well, I don't know. I mean,
I'm just going out by from what I see. I don't know about the numbers, but what I mean regards to who I see out there that can afford to maybe come aboard, like you're gonna have to be paying him a lot of money, Nick.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pay him. They're gonna pay him. I'd say
he's a 6-figure guy.
Yeah. So it's gonna be up there for sure. So and that's not that much for a supplement company. At the end of the day, it's not. There are supplement companies making anywhere north of $20-30 million a year. That's nothing, guys. I don't know why, but a lot of supplement companies just don't want to pay out that.
Of course.
That type of money. Yeah, Antoine.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, he's probably gonna go back to Raw Revive because that's his home. But then again, money talks, right? So who knows? Who knows?
Hey, what is this? Is that? Oh, that's not a supplement company. That's just Elevate Foods.
Antoine's with Jack Factory now.
Or Jack Factory. Okay.
Today, I think I figured out why we don't like other people's spark. Like your
Jack Factory. What is
And
this?
he's having a
I've never
newborn.
actually-
It's just timing was just like bad timing.
Yeah. And he's done so much for HD. Didn't he have he was on HD podcast and he was
From he gave his blood, sweat, and tears. Antoine's a great guy. Like
yeah, he is. Yeah.
and vice versa. Dorian's done a lot for him, and vice versa. So he still goes there and trains. So like obviously there's no bad blood with him and Dorian.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing too. Right? They got to train the same gym.
Yeah.
So they're probably doing good with the gyms for sure.
Oh yeah. It's always busy there.
Yeah. So okay, so that's breaking news. Thanks. Nick Walker's no longer with HD Muscle. We already knew about Antoine. Let's talk about, I'm just going through my list of everything we've covered. Hadi, yes. Behrouz. Now let's play the clip about well, no, let's go to Rubiel first. Let's talk about Rubiel. And Cormier was on the Menace podcast this Sunday, and he was talking about Rubiel. So let's just play that.
Right.
Play the clip.
Say it.
Really bad.
Say
This
it.
guy, I don't know.
Say
I
it.
don't,
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if he's even doing it. But, I mean, it's like I don't know because I was just talking to the guy. He said is there a show back to back to that one?
The Italy.
It's 4.5 weeks,
Oh,
right?
Italy, but then there's another one, isn't it?
What's
I mean,
4.5?
England.
Oh no,
Yeah, they have-
no. Back to back is well. When is the he was doing the Italy show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So he said it.
And then I think when is Italy show? What day?
Hey,
September
Yeah, there's
something.
a UK show.
I know there's in England. There's the European Championship in England on the 14th, I think, September.
Yeah.
One of those.
UK, 1 week after.
The following week.
Yeah, I just have a.
Okay, so now.
That
I
didn't
think one
plan
of
to
those
do it.
make-
He's going to do it though.
But when Chris says that he doesn't know what he was doing, I already know he's not doing it.
Well,
That tells me everything. Chris, you don't have to say. Don't say no more. Don't.
Listen, I haven't had a conversation with him since Dubai. Just only texting.
I know,
You're-
but it's not even necessary. If you don't know he's doing it, he's not doing it.
So
If you don't know, it's like, hey.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You know, as a seasoned vet, you got to understand. When you come off a show, you know, you have a lot of different ideas in your mind. But when it comes down to kicking it down and getting back in gear like that, can be a little glitchy sometimes.
I know, but if you bust your ass and you leave the home and you stay in Kuwait and you train and do everything you're supposed to do, and you come up short and you know there's another chance to just dial it in for a few more weeks, I mean, I would take that motivation all day.
Makes perfect sense to me, but I was ready to be a professional when I was an amateur. I was already ready and being mentally to being a professional when I was an amateur.
So what are you saying? So what are you saying when you say this? You saying he's not really thinking like a professional yet?
What I'm saying is, Dennis, I don't know his mindset exactly as far as like, can you switch it on and switch it off? Can you just hone in and
Yeah, but-
be like, you know what, I'm going to
but
start
Chris-
my low carbs now.
But Chris, you're an expert.
If it were me, I would start to keep the carbs low
I don't
already.
want to know what you would do because I know what you would do. I know what Milos would do. But I consider you both experts in the highest degree. You trained this dude for like what, 4 weeks now? 5 weeks? 6 weeks? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know his mindset. If I train someone for 4 weeks, I know his mindset. He doesn't even have to speak one word to me.
Yep.
yeah, see, so
See,
something
everybody
is,
gonna grab that what you
He's
just said. and be like, he's not ready.
we're gonna grab it. We're gonna grab it now because, yeah, I don't know. if Rubiel's doing the show. Now let me show you this
Mhm.
post here by Bodybuilding Total. They posted this 2 hours ago, an update of Rubiel. So let's take a look. This is so much muscle. I think he needs to drop like 10, 15 pounds.
Yes, too much muscle.
It's the separation in the quads isn't coming through because it's so big. He just looks
Drop-
heavy. He looks
He's gotta drop 10 pounds.
too heavy here. So
Yeah.
let's read the comment. So welcome Francisco. That's his coach, I think, right?
Yep.
After their last show at the Dubai Pro, and afterwards, they do training and check-in. So this is Spanish being translated, so it's not the best English. Without a doubt, Rubiel will surprise at their next show. Let's remember that this time it will be in the hand of Mr. Olympia record. I don't know what that means. And possibly we will have it within very little classified. I mean, maybe this means very little time at Francisco. So maybe he is doing Italy. I hope he does. I don't see why he wouldn't. I don't know why he just shut it down. He's got all this muscle. He just needs to sharpen it up.
Yeah. It's
What are your
too
thoughts
big.
on Rubiel? Because I had Rubiel winning the Dubai. You're like, no, he's not winning the Dubai. And I was just being a fan of Rubiel, so that's probably my thought process there.
Yeah, like I said, when I was speaking to you about Rubio and when I had the source that there was no lines there. He wasn't ready. But looking at him now, you got to remember he's been away from his family. He's young. He doesn't have that killer instinct. You can see that, and going back and forth with coaches, that plays a role on anybody. Like you can't go back and forth because you can't put trust in something and then all of a sudden it's gone. You got to trust someone else. You got to trust yourself first, and I don't think he's done that yet to trust himself what he wants to do until he finds that. And showing on the body. The body's stressed. It's too big. He's inflamed, but it's too big. He needs to lose 10 pounds if he wants lines to come in. 10 to 12 pounds, I say. Like he's big. He has to be bigger.
He was close to 300 pounds, I think. I don't know what he was on stage, but like, and what is he, 25?
Yeah.
Guys, he's 25, 26. So, and he's so big, like he just needs to, like, guys that are winning pro shows are, like John De La Rosa said he was like 236.
There's my point.
And he's winning the pro show. This guy's 280 something on this. Like, so, yeah, I get he's big and he looks like he can win a show just here. But then when you get him on stage, it's not refined. It's not sliced and diced up. He has the potential. Like the obliques look good there. Like he looks like some parts are good and then some parts, like the quads are not separated.
No symmetry. Yeah, there's no balance.
Yeah. So, can Rubio beat, Hunter?
Nope.
No, you're saying no. Let me check
no shot. And I like Rubio.
Yeah.
No shot. Not the way how Hunter's looking and how he's improving, and he brought up a lot. His legs, his back.
I feel like this was him 30 days out, that he was a little, well, his upper body looks good, but this lower body, usually his glutes are more tighter. It looks a little thicker skin back there still. So I'm like, That back though is really good. Like that's very separated.
Yeah, he improved his back.
Yeah. Christmas tree is in. So yeah, I can't see Rubiel beating Hunter, I guess, right? Because it's just the definition of the muscle is too much for Rubiel to beat Hunter and qualify for the Olympia. But maybe he does, like, I think there's the UK show.
UK, yeah.
Who's doing that? Like no one's. I don't think anyone. Well, there might be someone. There might be someone who needs to qualify still. Who else? I don't know if anyone's left that needs to qualify.
Yeah, that's it. That'd be his best shot, UK.
Yeah. So, So with Rubiel, kind of what Cormier was saying is, he's not there yet. And I spoke to Kamir a little bit, like DMs and voice notes, and he was saying like he's just gotta. He was gonna get there. He's gonna get there. He's
Time.
young. Give him time. He just started doing this, guys, and maybe I'm putting too much pressure on him by thinking he's gonna be a top 6 Mr. Olympia this year. But at the end of the day, no, he's not gonna be there, unfortunately. And he needs to come to the U.S. and compete. He needs to come over here.
That too.
And speaking of the U.S. and competing, we got Behrooz Tabani, who I think it's here. Let me just exit out of here and talk. It was on the Menace podcast. I didn't have this one queued up, but
I'm hearing his only focus right now is for the Olympia, get the visa and focus on that. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
But Milos says in let's see, that Behrouz is they're very unsure that he's gonna get his visa for the Olympia. It doesn't look good. They haven't heard anything. They can't hear anything. There's no updates or anything. But it didn't really sound confident on the Menace podcast about the whole visa process. So it sucks, man, because the guy's a freak.
This will be his 4th year now not getting a visa.
Yeah. 4th year not getting a visa. It's like now, we were talking about this. Why doesn't Milos, if you're watching anyone, I can just talk. Milos talks to me, so I could actually just talk to Milos myself. But Milos, why don't you reach out to Hadi Rambod? He's figured out the formula to get Hadi Choopan over here year after year after year. Because Milos is like online on social media, put help. We need help getting anyone. Reach out to me. Reach out to Hadi Rambod. He knows what to write, what to say, what to do to get someone from Iran into the U.S. on a visa. So I'm not sure if Milos has reached out to Hadi Rambod. I'll message him and see like what's going on there. Like, why don't you talk to Hadi Rambod and see what's going on? Like, why is Hadi coming into the U.S. and why is 4 times in a row,
That's
Behrouz being denied? Did he do some criminal activity? Did he sell drugs? What's going on? Or what's this something on there? Is he flagged? Like, usually if you're denied, you're not going to get approved. Can you imagine if this guy never makes it to America to compete?
Sad.
That would just be a lot. Like, damn, man. And this guy wants to be the Mr. Olympia. He's so driven to be Mr. Olympia. I think Behrouz should do all the shows that are over there in Europe. The UK one,
Might as well.
He should do the Italy one and beat Hunter.
Take it all.
Yes, just make your paycheck, buddy. I know you want to go to Olympia, but dude, let's say you don't. At least you got 2 more show wins under your belt. You can beat Hunter. You can do the UK show and beat whoever is there, and just be the guy that's just fucking winning all these pro shows, and just be known for that's your legacy. Because you're probably not going to make it to the U.S. If you haven't made it here in 4 years, 5th time's the charm. I don't know. Doesn't look like it. So, sucks for all the Iranian fans out there. This may not be good news for you that your champion, Behrooz Tabani, is never going to step foot on American soil.
The question is what about Hadi? Like, is his visa already guaranteed, or you have to apply again? Is it a 2-year visa?
I think he has to do it every time. He barely got it for the last time when he came for the Arnold, Ohio. Dude,
that's right.
Hadi made a video. He's like, "Okay, we're at the embassy. It's Wednesday. It's like 6 a.m. and we're waiting. We don't know if we're gonna make." Like, that's how close it was. And we have to, and we went to the wrong place, so we have to get it mailed to different. They have to send it to the different embassy and different. That's like, it was crazy. what they have to go through.
And the reason why I
So
asked is because it's Olympia's around the corner. Like you should be talking about it now or applying, and we haven't heard nothing about it. So interesting.
no, they've applied, they've sent the paperwork in,
Okay.
but there's no status updates, nothing. They don't know. So yeah, they're saying he could walk across the southern border, but yeah, then he's just gonna get. They're gonna know he's here once he's on the
Yeah.
media, right?
And
And everyone's saying,
report.
then he has to fly back or walk across the border. But yeah,
Then you'll never get after that.
he can't walk that far. He's gonna be sweating in that heat in Mexico. Can't do that.
That's a risk.
Yeah, no, he can't, unfortunately. And Olympia's never gonna go elsewhere. It's always gonna be in the U.S. So,
Yep.
but he could
But
do
just
Arnold's and
ima-
stuff.
Just imagine if it could go to like Dubai.
Well, no, it won't because females can't compete.
That's
Never gonna
right.
happen.
Never gonna happen. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So that's one of the drawbacks of
Oh
the.
my God.
Well, I'm not gonna get cultural here. I'm not gonna start
No,
that.
but
But that's the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
limitation on that. So, but it is what it is. Dubai is gonna be a crazy show next year. Bader, man, putting on an awesome show, increasing the prize money. I hope I would one day be able to go cover that
we're
show.
going next year. That's the plan. Let's
Yeah.
go to Dubai.
Let's
Bring
go.
Muscle Discord and we'll
Bader,
do
if you're-
cover the show, Bader. Let's
yes,
go.
Bader, if you're watching, anyone reach out to Bader. I've reached out. I spoke to him a little bit, but yeah, I'd love to come out there and cover the show, do interviews and all that stuff. Maybe do the live stream and do the commentating.
There
But
you go.
yeah, we'll see there. Okay, well, we've been over an hour. Wow, we got
Oh, wow,
lots of.
okay.
You guys are staying on board with us, so this is good. This is a good one. We talked about Samson in Kuwait. We talked about Antoine. Tampa Pro. Yes. So we'll finish off with that. I had John De La Rosa just finished up an interview with him like 2 hours ago. He was just on. I've just finished that today. So that interview will be dropping this week. First interview he's done since he won the Tampa Pro. And we talked about the death threats that he got from an individual that was, mad that Mo Foda beat John. It was just one person. It wasn't like multiple barrage of threats. It was just one guy that kept going in on John, and they started threatening his family and stuff. And so John was like, "Fuck that shit. Okay, I'm gonna make a video, right, and put it on social media saying I'm getting these death threats to me and my family and my wife. And then if you don't stop, I'm gonna make another video and I'm gonna show who you are and and then the guy stopped. He's like, okay. So, but John, you're gonna have to watch the interview to see more about that. He discusses it. So, yeah, but Tampa Pro, good show. What was your thoughts? Did you have? I predicted John winning that, and I got the first and second right for that.
I
prediction.
had John top three. To be honest, I didn't have him winning. I had the guys. I thought Moon. Sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. Mahood or Mahmoud.
I think it's Muhammad.
Mohammed. Sorry.
Yeah.
I had him going into show winning until I watched the stream. I'm just like, John just kept getting tighter and tighter, and he pulled it through. It was hard to really see the detail because you have a yellow backdrop, and then with the tanning, it was just too bright. Like you miss a lot of detail if you're watching the stream, in my opinion. So it was hard to really
it
see
wasn't. Yeah, I agree. There's John.
Yeah.
So again, no more news. You're gonna see it on the interview. John was sick on Thursday. He had very bad diarrhea. And then after that happened, when he started, that was on Thursday, and then he started carbing up, and then he couldn't go number 2. So then it was in his stomach, and that's why when he hit that front double bicep, his abs look washed out.
Yes.
So there's always a reason for why something looks the way it does for the most part in these guys.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and John won first through the prejudging and finals, first from the judges. No straight score for him. So it was the judges had him clearly winning against Foda. And so for the people that were upset that he won, and I think Ivan Bodybuilding, another YouTuber out there, said there was robbery here. There's no robbery.
No.
Even Derek Lunsford was like, "Nah, I was in the front row. I was right there behind the judges. John won. He was more conditioned and just crisper, and you can't tell by the live stream." So that's that. So you can see
Well
it there.
deserved.
Yeah, well deserved win. And then I said, "Well, John, why don't you go do? Why don't you do the Texas Pro? It's the next week." And he's like, "No, Patrick told me not to do it. So he just wants you to focus on the Olympia." I'm like, "Man, I was on the interview. I was pretty pushing him. Like, you should be just do these shows, man. Like, just get that money, right?"
He's finished top 3.
Yeah, he's he's eager to compete, and he's not done yet. He's got probably 4 or 5 years left in him, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
And looking like this, I mean, look at that. So he's not done. So, but I understand the strategy. It paid off. Patrick told him to shut it down after the Arnold UK. A lot of people were like, "Why don't you go do Detroit? You'll win Detroit, and then you can shut it down." But Patrick was like, "No, we're going to shut it down. We're going to put more tissue on your muscle." He was 7 pounds heavier at the Tampa Pro. So 7 pounds of tissue. Pretty cool that we're able to do that, right?
True.
So it worked. The strategy worked. So yeah, that's kind of a little update on John. The interviews that's dropping this week. So Tampa Pro is done. So the next show that we have coming up, I think, is the Italy show.
Italy, yeah.
And then the UK show.
Okay.
And then I think it's the Olympia time, guys. There may be one more show before that. I'm not. Oh, the Legion.
Legion September. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's the very end of September or something. So yeah, and then that would be it. And then Olympia is on the 14th or something. So,
It's gonna be interesting. This is Olympia.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I had one more thing that I wanted to.
I just hope they improve Olympia on their stage presence and the lighting, because we hear it every year. We're going to do something better and improve it, and it's nothing that has improved.
Oh, what's this? That's old.
Movie plans. Interesting.
Announced for historic 60th Olympia. Okay, I didn't see that. What does Tarek have to say?
Fans of bodybuilding, Tarek El-Guindi with the Mr. Olympia. Andrew jacked in Texas. He looked impressive, amazing. This guy sent a message to everybody in the industry. I'm bigger. And that was his only flaw. He's tall, he's athletic, he's got beautiful genetics. And in the past, we all said he just needs to fill up. And he's doing that. He's filling up nicely. The waist is still in. And the conditioning was not compromised. Huge credit to Coach Psycho Lewis, because a lot of times when we hear, oh, you're 300 pounds, people already assume that you're not going to be conditioned, and they did their homework. I give them a lot of credit because they came in conditioned and looking nice. From the front, some of his poses are quite powerful. That front lat spread, the front double biceps, he's a master poser. And I think he's sending a message to Derek Lunsford, Hadi Choopan, and Samson Dauda, who we all thought was the only tall aesthetic guy. Now, you got to put Andrew Jack there. He's sending a message to them. I'm going to beat you guys in some poses. And that's bodybuilding. Andrew Jack is in the mix to win the 2024 Mr. Olympia.
All right.
Did you notice what name was left out?
Nick Walker.
We talked about? Yep.
Yeah. I can't see Nick Walker. I'm sorry, I can't see Nick Walker winning the Mr. Olympia this year. These guys are freaks. Samson Dauda, Derek's freaky from the back, and then Hadi Choopan's just freaky all over. And then you got fucking Andrew Jack, who looks like this completely new bodybuilder. No, I can't see him just like with his
Yeah.
physique. I don't know what's special about it. There's just he's comes in condition. He's big, but he's got a great side chest and a side tricep. But what other poses is he gonna beat these guys? These guys in, right? You know,
It'd be
I
interesting.
just I can't see much happening. I'm gonna see if I have Nick on the show. I don't know if he'll come on right before the Olympia, but we're gonna see
Thanks,
what
Franco.
happens there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll wrap it up. It's been over an hour. I'd like to keep it in an
Yep.
hour, guys. Man, we appreciate all you guys here in the chat. Let me see if there's any questions before that I might have missed. It's a tragedy that Behrouz can't be in the Olympia. Yeah.
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 But there's still hope. Where there's a will, there's still a way, but
Yeah.
slim way.
Yeah. Rubiel has no separation, looks soft, not aesthetically pleasing. Okay. Who did Richard battle when he was on stage? I don't know. I don't know who you battled when you're on stage. You got your pro card, and then I don't know if you done any.
I got my pro card. I won the Canadian Pro in 2021. There was 6 guys in my class, or 7. Like, at the end, I don't remember the person's name. I can't remember.
Yeah. No real battles there, probably. Rubiel made a joke of himself. They did the chicken dance on stage. I think Cormier was laughing about it. Cormier said he didn't tell him to do that. He didn't listen to Cormier's and that. So, what is this? Rubiel has many gifts, needs to work on the pain, and it's not easy. I've never seen him death face. Oh, okay. So he just needs to suffer and get more condition for sure. Yeah.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Nick had a hard time with Martin. Yeah. He lost to Samson as well. 5th place at best with his structure. Yeah. I think that's going to be a hard wake up call for Nick. To get past these guys now. They've gotten better and better. He has improved a little bit, but to go at these guys, I can't.
Not that much.
Can't see it. Andrew is a bigger flex wheeler. Yeah, I could see a little bit of that and a little bit of it. Not 100%, but close. Rubiel's still new. Should cut him a break. Yeah, he's 25, 26 for sure. You know, I put a lot of pressure on him in the sense that I thought he could get there, but if he was in shape, he wasn't in shape, so that didn't work out. So, all right, man, we're gonna wrap it up. This was a good one. We talked a lot of topics in this one, man, and I think I hope you guys appreciated all the topics we covered, man. So many different ones, and some inside source of Nathan Asha that you're not gonna get anywhere else. We got to breaking news on Nick Walker is no longer with HD Muscle. Just today in the stories. Thanks for the viewer that mentioned that.
Irving.
Irving, shout out to Irving. So it's going to be an exciting Olympia. I'm looking forward. Are you going to the Olympia? Are you going to fly down there and go to the expo?
I was thinking about it. Depending on how I feel, and like I said, I want to go there and really enjoy it. Yeah. But if I'm in prep, I just want to focus on my prep because it's going to be exciting for me.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to go to the Olympia this year. I'll probably go next year. I just want to get through the first year of my channel, and then and then go next year when it's bigger than it is now. I think right, and then go check it out and do interviews and spend money and.
That's it. 2026. We're going to Olympia. That's it.
2025 next year.
25, sorry.
And that reminds me of my new sponsor, Helix Labs. Now it's a SARMs company, and they only sell these SARMs in Canada. So for my Canadian viewers, you can get a discount using Muscle Discord and get 20% off SARMs. We didn't get you some, man. We didn't get you some.
Yeah.
I don't know if you use SARMs. I didn't use SARMs previously, but then, I reached out and gave me some, and I tried them, and I'm like, holy. And there's some bottles back there. I'm getting a little thicker now. My delts are getting bit. Like it's working. It's working. It's
I
definitely
was
giving
gonna
me.
say something. I'm like, you look different, but I don't want to jump the gun.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me just talk to him off camera. What's going on
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm using the SARMs. I'm using the HGH. I'm using the not like actual HGH. There's a product that's called the HGH, the carnitine, an Austrian Astra.
Okay.
It's like a cycle basically. And
Well, hey,
I'm like,
let's-
holy
let's-
shit.
Let's
Like,
give it a shot.
Yeah, like I never used them before. I'm like,
Mhm.
I've always heard about SARMs and all this. It's like a steroid, but it's like
I
it just
use
connects.
peptides, not SARMs. Yeah.
Yeah, it connects to certain receptors. It's like
The
it
androgens, yeah.
isolates them, right? And so I'm using this, and I'm like, I'm getting strong. I feel like I'm back in my prep days where I'm like, I'm feeling stronger. My endurance is better in the gym. So I'm like, fuck, this shit, I missed out on this stuff. So yeah, if you guys, give it a shot. If you're in Canada, SARMs, man, it's working, and the energy I get from it is fucking like, I'm like,
All right,
I
Charles.
love it.
Let's talk.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, man, it's good. It's good stuff. So, all right, enough of the plug there, guys. Thank you, man. Thank you, Richard, for coming on.
Always a
and
pleasure. Thank you.
Your insights and everything you bring to the show. So keep doing it if you're up for it, and we'll have you back. Okay.
Always my pleasure.
All right, brother. Okay, guys, we will catch you on the next one.